What is the point of chasing all of this external reality, all of these glorious achievements, materialistic objects, money, women, physique, family, relationships? Doesn't matter what worldly possessions you can imagine. What is the point of changing your external environment if what's happening here on a daily basis is still a heaping mess of garbage? Well, I dare say there's no point at all. I believe it might even be better to be a mediocre, average man who's content with what he has and is smiling along, just being normal, than being this billionaire with absolute hell in his head, right? I definitely think it's important to have both. I think there's a happy medium ground where you can go out into the world, conquer, get all this external glory, but also be thoroughly in love with the day-to-day process, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Because if what's going on up here every single day is fulfilling, enjoyable, challenging, gritty, tough, but ultimately deeply, deeply rewarding, then the way I see it, you've already won. Because it's the process that gives you this unfathomable aura, this charisma, where you walk into a room and immediately everybody's looking at you. People are coming up to you. They want to get involved. They want to talk. And even better, you can effortlessly flow into the social environment. You can flow just in a daily basis, just moving through the day smoothly and beautifully with grace. So how do we actually enjoy the process? Well, first things first, you need a process to be able to enjoy it, because right now you're probably a bit of a chaotic lunatic, aren't you? You're watching YouTube self-improvement content, but it's all a mess. You're trying this and that. You're not sticking to anything. You're not experimenting properly with only changing one variable at a time and forming a rigid routine. And you're still too stubborn and hesitant to just hire someone to help you with that and fast track the process and just systemize everything so that you can take your all of your brain power out of it, because you think that you can figure it out alone. And you probably can, but it'll take you a hell of a lot longer and it'll be so much more painful. But anyway, hey, I'm not trying to shill you the idea of hiring a coach, even though you should. I'm trying to shill you on the idea of falling in love with the day-to-day moment, not getting caught up in all of this external reward, not this shiny objects of, oh, I see a teenager driving a Lamborghini, let me do exactly what he's doing. No, bro, you need to find out what means the most to you. What gift do you want to share with the world, and who do you need to become? And what actions and habits do you need to do on a daily basis in order to become that guy? What thoughts, what beliefs do you need to program into yourself to make that happen? Bottom line is process, process, process. Taking relentless action with violent clarity. So how the hell are you supposed to gain this violent clarity if you have all of this ADHD tendencies, all of this chaos that you're always experimenting with? shitly. You can't, man. You need to take a breather and master this current season of your life, whatever it is. Whatever is the step that's right in front of you, don't worry about what's to come after. Seriously, just take a breather and find a way to attack and master this level, because only then will the next level be revealed to you. And only then will you become even capable of completing that level. But anyway, let me stop spouting vague woo-woo and bring this back to me, because I can give an example, right? This is day 21 of uploading a YouTube video, getting on here and speaking to you no matter how I feel for the next 100 days. And 21 days equals 3 weeks of daily speaking. There's been days where I get on here and it's just clicking, it's flowing, it's effortless. And those videos sometimes do well, sometimes flop. There are days where it's just a hot mess. I'm doing reshoots, retakes, and even when it's done, I'm not happy with the final product, but I decide to get it out there anyway. And some days I'm surprised when the video does a lot better than I'm expected. Either way, it would be an absolute nightmare if I was attached to the results. If I was like, oh, I have to get 10,000 subscribers in the next 100 days, otherwise I've failed. Incorrect, brother. I've set this challenge just for the sake of doing so. For the sake of setting a goal and sticking to it no matter what. Just following through, enjoying the process and consistently improving it, because that's what it's all about. That's how you enjoy the process. So take a step back and just be in the here and now. You can only enjoy the process where the challenge is sufficient enough to which you feel it, but it's not too challenging to where it gets overwhelming and you become just a stuttering buffoon. And that's exactly what this has felt like, because today I started the day, it was tiring. I was freaking fatigued, even though I got 7 hours of sleep. I was starving from this cut I'm on. It just felt like a rough day. A day that I wouldn't end up enjoying the process in. But the true enjoyment of the process comes after the sacrificial effort. After I dragged myself to the gym feeling sleepy and tired, hopped on the Stairmaster and blasted it, I immediately felt elevated, higher state of energy. But then I said, before my day shift, before I go and get fisted by the slave masters at my job, I'm going to record a video as is the process. But I sat down and I absolutely biffed it. I had this vague idea of what I wanted to say, but I ended up just freaking rambling, meandering all over the place, getting sidetracked, developing different storylines. All in all, I was not happy with the product. And so I went through my day. I felt more tired as the day went on, and I was doing my job more and more and more. And so I had to get on here and do better this time, because the standard is always raising, and if we're not growing, we're shrinking. So I came here to this beautiful spot, and it's now about 8 p.m. or so, and I should be eating, I should be winding down, but I had to get on here for my boys and show up in the best possible state that I could, because this morning it wasn't it. So I sat down, I recorded again, and I'm still wasn't happy with it. So I went back to my car, and on the way back, I started rewatching it, and I was like, man, is this the best I can do? Hell no. So, third time's the charm. I sat down again, and this is what you're seeing. And every single time, I found myself gaining more violent clarity through taking relentless action, even though I didn't want to. I was driving home from work and I was tired. All I wanted to do was eat, I wanted to get some minor relief from this ravenous hunger that I'm in. But I knew that even though this is what I didn't want to do, this would make me feel so much more fulfilled afterwards, because what is the theme, the bottom line? Enjoying the process. I'm absolutely loving it. So if you've watched this far, you are a trooper and a G. And remember, brother, in this noisy, chaotic, confusing world, the best thing you can do is take relentless action with violent clarity. Have a good day. Let's conquer this life together.